Hello students, in this session let us understand what is bituminous emulsion, how adhesion property can be achieved with bituminous emulsion, and also we will discuss on types of bituminous emulsion. We should first understand what is the composition of bituminous emulsion, how it is formed, and how the attainment of adhesion property can be achieved. So now you can see here the main component of bituminous emulsion are asphaltic cement, nothing but the bitumen or a binding material, water and an emulsifying agent. So you can form bituminous emulsion by mixing asphalt cement with water in presence of some emulsifying agent. So in general, bituminous emulsion is a two-phase system. It consists of two immiscible liquid. Immiscible liquids are nothing but the two liquids which are unmixable or unblendable. So now you can see here when you mix bitumen with water, so you know that specific gravity of bitumen is slightly almost equivalent to the water. So when you mix bitumen with water, these two liquids that doesn't mix together. Okay, so because of that, it will form a two-phase system. So the first system will be the water containing the emulsifying agent, and this another system will be the asphalt cement or the bitumen binder in the form of the perfect sphere. So we'll first see how the bitumen globules are formed in a bituminous emulsion. Let us take a container in which consists of water, and if you try to mix the bitumen with the water, when you pour the bitumen with water, you can see a thin layer of bitumen that will be separated out of the water layer. So we will have one layer of water and another layer will be the bituminous material. But for the thorough mixing, okay, to form a bituminous emulsion, you should thoroughly mix water and the bituminous material together. So that can happen in the presence of the emulsifying agent. Emulsifying agent breaks down bitumen in the form of a globules or a sphere size, okay, or the droplets of about size 2 microns or sometimes even less than 2 micron. And in the presence of emulsifying agents, you could see that bitumen globules will be suspended in the solution of water. So that's why we call emulsion as the two-phase system, wherein which consisting of one phase which is a bitumen globules having a size less than 2 micron, and another phase is the water containing the emulsifying agent. Generally the soap water can act as the emulsifying agent. The next question is how the adhesive property can be achieved using the bituminous emulsion. So that's phenomenon of attaining the adhesive property using the bituminous emulsion, that we generally call it as breaking of emulsion. So now what will happen in the breaking of emulsion is nothing but the process in which water separate out from the bitumen and develops the binding property after we apply the bituminous emulsion into some application. Generally, emulsion breaks upon contact with aggregates. It can be the sand, filler, stones, etc. When you're mixing the bituminous material or while preparing the bituminous mixes, or the emulsion can also break when it is sprayed onto the surface, the applications like tack coat, seal coat, etc. The process of breaking of bitumen can be explained in the three different ways. The bitumen can break, or the bitumen emulsion can break and attain the binding property either through the chemical destabilization of emulsifying agent or can through the simple evaporation of water and combination of the above two mentioned options. After the bituminous emulsion breaks down and cures, the bitumen residues what it has left out will be having a same durability and adhesive property compared to the virgin bitumen, and water resistance property can also be as similar to the original base bitumen or virgin bitumen. The next is the various types of bituminous emulsion. We can classify the bituminous emulsion into two different ways. The first classification is based upon the surface charges, and second classification is based upon the setting time. So we'll take up one by one and we'll see the various types of bituminous emulsion. The first classification is based upon the surface charges. Depending upon the surface charges, we can classify the bitumen as anionic emulsion or cationic emulsion. What is the meaning of surface charges? So we know that when any molecule is taken that bears a surface charger, either it can be the positive surface charges or negative surface charges. So depending upon what is the surface of charges that exist on the bitumen globule, we have this classification. The second time is based upon the setting time. Based upon setting time, we can classify the emulsion as rapid setting, medium setting and slow setting. So setting time is nothing but what is the time taken for a bitumen emulsion to break and to attain the adhesion property. So depending upon that time, you can classify the bituminous emulsion into rapid setting, medium setting and slow setting. Into what is cationic anionic emulsion and how anionic emulsion will be formed. Anionic emulsion will be formed when we mix bitumen with anionic or negatively charged emulsifying agent. So generally here, whether the bitumen emulsion we are manufacturing, whether it is an anionic or cationic, will be decided based upon the emulsifying agents that you are using to prepare the bituminous emulsion. If the emulsifying agent is anionic or if that possesses the negatively charged, such emulsions are called as the anionic emulsion. The use of particular type of emulsion depends upon the type of aggregates that are used in the preparation of the bituminous mixes. Generally, because we know that the property of aggregates or the bitumen, when we consider either the bitumen or aggregate, those two should have a good affinity towards each other to have a better binding property. So when we have the anionic emulsion, since the emulsifying will have the negative charges, the bitumen globules will also possess the negative charges around it. And to have a good affinity, the aggregate should have the positive charges around it, okay, or anionic. So usually the anionic emulsion is suitable for aggregates which bears positive charges. So that some of the example for such aggregates are limestone. Okay, so if you are using limestone in your construction work or the bituminous road construction work, we can use the anionic emulsion. And how the setting will take in the anionic emulsion, generally when you use the anionic emulsion, the emulsion sets or break because of asphalt reacts with the surface of the aggregate and coalesces, squeezes out the water between them. The evaporation will be the main reason which cause the anionic bitumen emulsion to break or set. So first, the next type of emulsion is the cationic emulsion. The cationic emulsion can be prepared by mixing the bitumen with positively charged emulsifying agent such that the droplets or bitumen droplets bear the positive charges. So here the cationic emulsion will be suitable for aggregates which possess negative charges on it to have a good binding property. So some of the example for aggregates which possess negative charges are siliceous aggregate, which can be sandstone, quartz or gravel. These are negatively charged and are compatible with the cationic emulsion. And how does the cationic emulsion breaks? So cationic emulsion asphalts break primarily by electrochemical process. The next classification of emulsion is based upon the setting time. Based upon setting time, we can classify the emulsion as rapid setting, medium setting, and slow setting. We call the emulsion as rapid setting when the bitumen emulsion breaks down rapidly as it comes with contact with the aggregate, helping in fast setting or rapid curing. So this category will possess little or no stability. Thus, rapid setting bitumen emulsions are rarely used to mix the aggregates. Rapid setting bituminous emulsion can be used for spray application like sand and chip seals, whereas the medium setting bituminous emulsions are mixing grade bituminous. By design, the medium set bitumen emulsions are formulated not to break immediately upon contact with the aggregates. Medium setting bituminous emulsion will continue to retain its workability for few minutes to several months. The applications of medium setting emulsifying emulsions includes cold recycling, patch mixers, both cold and warm mix aggregates. And at last, we have the slow setting bituminous emulsion. In this type, it's a special type of emulsifier is used to slow down the process of water evaporation. This type of emulser are relatively very stable, but slow setting emulsions mixes well with fine aggregates while still allow for extended workability and maximum mixing time. The applications of slow setting emulsifying agents include tackcoat, base stabilization, soil stabilization, dust control and dust palliatives, slurry seal, etc. This table here represents the nomenclatures that are used for various types of the bituminous emulsion. So now you can see here the meaning of bituminous emulsion prefixes. So bituminous emulsion generally represented in this form SS-1. Here each and every symbol represent the property of bituminous emulsion. When we use any prefixes C, AE, RS, MS, SS, QS, HF, etc. C stands for cationic emulsion, AE for anionic emulsion, RS for rapid set, MS for medium set, SS slow set, QS quick set, HF is the high float bituminous emulsion. And if we use any suffixes, abbreviations like 90, 150, H, P, M, L, 1 or 2, H stands for asphalt with the hard penetration, and emulsion with the modified with the polymer latex. Number 1, if it is there, emulsion with low viscosity stored at cool temperature. If we have the suffix 2, it indicates the emulsion with the high viscosity stored at the high temperature. And similar to that, we can classify the anionic bituminous emulsion. So here RS1, RS2, rapid setting 1, rapid setting 2. If it is RS1, it indicates that rapid setting. 1 indicates emulsion with low viscosity stored at cool temperature. Similarly, MS2H. MS for medium setting. Number 2 here indicates emulsion with the high viscosity stored at high temperature, and H here indicates the asphalt with hard penetration. So this is how we can identify the particular type of bitumen depending upon the nomenclatures. With this, I'll conclude the types of bitumen, and in the next session, we'll see the cutback and the types of the cutbacks that are used in the road construction work. Thank you.